Hey guys, it's B here. Today we're playing a game called Undusted. It looks like a really cute, kind of like nostalgic game. You're kind of going through, finding stuff, and kind of reliving the memories of them, I believe. I've been wanting to play this for a while. I saw Gab played it, and I have specifically not watched her playthrough because I wanted to play it first to kind of get a genuine reaction to it. So, yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a really cute, kind of just casual game. I don't really think it's puzzles or anything. I really just think it's heavily story based, but I'm kind of excited to see what all we get into. Also, it's so hot in my office right now. We're keeping the AC off until the weather stabilizes because, like, past couple days it's been in like at 80 degrees, but it's supposed to like drop back down into like the low 60s. So it's been like that for the past 2 weeks where it's like up and down. But I'm gonna save money where I can. So yeah, if you hear crickets outside, it's because my window's open. I got the breeze coming in. I'm in a tank top, so hopefully I won't get too sweaty. But okay, yeah, let's get started. I am excited to see what this has to offer. When I think of my family home, the first things that come to mind are the glittering lake and the gently sloping hills. After walking through the bustling streets, over the hills, and along the lakeside, my house and its bright red roof soon came into view. I would chat with Mom and Dad as we passed through the front gate together, and the big lemon tree in the yard would always greet us. For someone like me who lacked courage, maybe all I needed was an excuse, no matter how small. The letter from my aunt was enough. Huh. This is giving sad undertones. Okay. What did it say? Dear Adora. Oh, that's such a cool name. Long time no see. How have you been? Are you doing all the things you've always wanted to do? It's been a while since I've heard from you. Come to think of it, the last time we saw each other was at Lily's funeral. Okay, definitely sad undertones. Sorry to trouble you after all this time, but I can't find the necklace your mother gave me. I'm fairly certain that I left it at your house after one of my visits. I really thought I had lost it for good, you know. I know it's a bit of a hassle, but could you send it to me? It should be in the attic. That's where Lily and I spent most of our time together when I was over. Okay, so I'm assuming Lily is our mom. It's a little, she mentioned it as our mom, but that she also refers to it as Lily. But I'm assuming they're the same person. It's strange to me to go back and forth so much in like one little letter, but oh well. Thank you. Love, your aunt. Do you not have a name? Just your net. It's been a long time since I last came back. I should tidy up the place. That art style is so cool, though. It's so pretty. Our name suits us, I think, definitely, for sure. I suppose now's the right time. For the time being, it's the least I can do. The key. Ah, here it is. It's rusted all over. Have to clean it before I can use it. So yeah, basically we just go through and clean things, and it like gives us a storyline, and from the start of it seems like it's gonna be sad, so buckle in, we're here for the ride. Alright, what do we use? The mouse to zoom in and out. Oh, okay, this is gonna satisfy me. So nice. When we have to rotate it as well. Okay. Hold right click. Oh, okay, there it goes. Ooh. Dang, this is gonna get all in depth, huh? Hints unlocked. Okay, if we need hints, then okay, we can hold this and... That's nice. I was gonna hate having to set that down every single time. If we need hints, that means this shit's gonna get kind of hard. Like, it's gonna be... Reaching 99 will enable the wrap-up button. Finish cleaning by either reaching 100% or the wrap-up button. Okay, but it's gonna bother me if we don't get it all. I mean, honestly, do we need to clean the key this bad? No. But since it's an objective, I'm gonna do it. Where the hell? Okay, this is where the damn hints must come in, because I feel like I've cleaned this thoroughly. Okay, that's as far in as we can zoom. Where? Oh! Scared the shit out of me. When was the last time this place was cleaned? There's so much dust that I can barely breathe. I need to go to the attic and find that necklace. So, I'm curious as to why they didn't try to sell the house. If they kept it because it was the family house, why is nobody visiting it to where it's so dirty? At that point, wouldn't it just be kind of more beneficial to sell it? If you're not... Because I know a lot of families, they try to keep their child... Like, they try to keep the childhood home. Like, for the kids and whatnot. And for the memories and everything. But if nobody's visiting it, nobody cares to visit it, because she seems kind of like she doesn't want to be there. Like it... Not like it's annoying, but almost like it's... She just doesn't seem like she wants to be there. So, like, why do y'all still have it if nobody's, like... Nobody's paying any attention to it? Why is it locked? Now that I think of it, I've hardly ever been into the attic. Mom was always the one in charge of it. Oh well, I need to clean the rest of the house anyway. The attic key should eventually turn up. Where should I even start? Like, if it's that bad that you're coughing because of dust, y'all should have sold that house, I'm sorry. Nobody's wanting to go. Hasn't been used in a long time. Okay. Okay, yeah, what? After being neglected for so long, the house was so heavily laden with dust that I needed a mask to breathe normally. I opened a window and started clearing out some of the dust. When it was cleaning day, I used to be in charge of the floors. Mom took care of the furniture, and Dad handled the windows and any of the tall places that were out of reach. If I closed my eyes, I could almost hear it all again. The sounds of Mom wiping down the furniture, Dad's humming. While cleaning the living room, I found a dust-covered photo frame on a shelf. Housed inside was our first family photo. Chapter 0. Interesting. So like a prologue. Epilogue, prologue? I know what I'm thinking of, but... Oh, wow. So there's 4 chapters. Interesting. Alright. Special photo. When we went to take our first family photo, Dad had made a particular suggestion. While it wasn't unusual for him to say or do something quirky, none of us saw it coming. Oh, why don't we all wear animal costumes? It'll be Adora's first ever family photo. Let's make it special and unforgettable experience. He pleaded like a giddy child, arms firmly wrapped around the large costume. Mom let out a deep sigh. Here we go again. That's cute. It's nice to have like a really fun, quirky dad, in my opinion. It was massive. He really loved his jokes and pranks. A complete 180 from Mom. Opposites attract, so they say. Oh, we can zoom in this one far. Okay, we'll keep it like this. Alright, any of these white spots are getting demolished. Aww. We never ended up wearing the costumes like he had wanted to. He still did the peace sign though. Aw, it says forever. I mean, I get that, like, I haven't really experienced death in my family, like, it's with people that I've been close to, at least. So I can imagine, like, I wouldn't be able to, like, tell you for 100% certain, but, like, it is very, like, imaginable that somebody, like, if she was very close to her mom, that she would not want to go back to the house that constantly reminded her of her mom. But then it's, like, times like those where I feel like it's important to, like, come to an understanding with those feelings instead of trying to avoid them, in my opinion. Like I said, I haven't experienced it myself, so, like, I know that I'm not, like, really one to talk 100%, but that's just my opinion. We're at 99.90. I'm missing like a tiny speck. I feel it. Is it this one? That was one, but not the one I'm looking for. Honey, don't you think there's a reason why people take more traditional photos? Because they couldn't come up with anything creative. His dad's fun. I like him. Are you serious? Can't we just take a normal picture? But, Adora, look at this. What a cute cat. Oh, so you're only trying to talk Adora into your plan now. Aw, this family photo is so cute. A seemingly ordinary picture with an amusing story behind it. Yeah, I have a feeling this game's gonna get sad fast. And so ensued a battle between an unstoppable father and an immovable mother. As always, Mom won, leaving Dad with his shoulders hunched in defeat. When Mom was talking to the photographer, I snuck over to Dad and whispered, "Let's wear costumes next time." He only responded with a slight nod. When I looked at the photo afterward, I saw he had given me bunny ears. Oh, so cute. My mom noticed shortly afterward and gave Dad a light rap on the head. But the sheer dad-like triumph on his face sent us all into a fit of laughter. That's cute though. Like that, I feel like that makes it a good memory. Okay. A fitting experience. When I was young, Mom often told me it was dangerous to go into the kitchen or attic alone. But the more someone told me not to do something, the more I wanted to do it. Classic kid. One day, When Mom and Dad were out, I excitedly went into the kitchen to examine the cupboard that was just barely within reach. My heart was pounding as I opened the cupboard. There's so many beautiful porcelain teacups, and I took out the one I thought was the prettiest. Suddenly, the front door opened with a creak. Someone was back. Crash. It was the sound of the porcelain breaking on the floor. The teacup had slipped out of my hands. The sharp sound of shattering porcelain froze me in place. I heard Mom urgently calling my name. Once she came into the kitchen, she saw what happened. Her face froze. Ooh, was this a sentimental one, maybe? Her face was so pale and stern. I had never seen her look like that before. Yeah, it must have been like super... Are we gonna get like multiple tools? That'll be nice. It must have been like super sentimental to her or something. That would be my first thought. I can't tell which one I like better yet. The toothbrush or... I feel like they each have their purpose. Like, this definitely does it faster, but I feel like we're gonna need the, what's this symbol? Must be some kind of meaning. Yeah, see, something definitely was meaningful about this one. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna need the, toothbrush to get into, like, some nicks and crannies. Okay. I keep wanting to use the same left click to move it. I need to remember that's not how that works. Alright, I'm going to go do an overall with the sponge, and then we'll go back with the toothbrush. I'm going to try to do it without any of the hints. I feel like with how anal I am, I think I'll be okay with not needing... Oh, I forget we can zoom in. Whoa, we can zoom in far. I feel like I won't need the hints, but I'm not going to say that I won't, so... It's actually really nice. I have, this reminds me a lot of A Little to the Left. Like, it's not a puzzle because you're literally just cleaning. But, like, the mechanics of it reminds me of A Little to the Left. But then it also reminds me of, I have this coloring game. It's like a color by number pixel game. And it kind of reminds me of this, with like how you can zoom in and everything gets a little bit more pixelated and stuff. I haven't played that game in ages, but man, I would spend hours on it. Like, because some of them were fine. Like, some of them were, like, obviously it starts off easy. And, I mean, and it's not hard. It's literally, you know, just coloring in numbers. But, like, what I mean by starts off easy is, like, it would have, you know, like a couple hundred, maybe, little blocks that you had to color in. And maybe, like, 10 to 20 colors or something. But, man, some of the ones I've been doing... The last ones, like, I left it off on, had, like, hundreds of colors, and were, like, 10 by 10s, 15 by, like, they're huge, like, thousands of blocks that you have to color in. But this is kind of what it reminds me of, because I would be meticulous with it. And I would, I keep getting distracted by cleaning. I'd get really meticulous with it, and I'd basically start at the top, and I'd zoom in as far as I can to where I'd get a decent amount on the screen, and then I would just scroll over all the way to the edge, then go down, then scroll over. It was like, some of them would take me days because I could only play it for so long before your eyes starting, like, you can only stare at like pixels that small before your eyes start to cross. All right. What is the deal with this one? Why are we being difficult? We're missing like 2 little specks. I feel it. This is definitely where the hints come in. Okay. Mom? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break it. Adora, are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere? Mom, I'm so sorry. Sorry I didn't listen to you. And I even broke one of the teacups. It's okay, Adora. Everything's okay as long as you aren't hurt. Yeah, this definitely meant something to her. I'm just curious to like what. That is barely intact, one of Mom's most treasured possessions. Huh. After giving me a big hug, she started to carefully gather the shards of porcelain in silence. Still couldn't forget how she had looked at the broken teacup. The next day, I secretly retrieved the shards from the trash and clumsily glued everything back together. I then returned the fragile teacup to its place in the cupboard, hoping that Mom would feel better after seeing it. When Mom discovered the teacup later, she murmured, "This is much more fitting appearance." I didn't understand why, but her smile looked bitter. Oh. I'm assuming it has to do with family issues. Number 4. What glows in the dark? Mom loved writing with fountain pens, no matter how long the letter or document. Whenever I asked if it was tiring to write so much by hand, she would always say, "It's difficult, but it's worth it." A fellow lover of pens. Respectable, respectable. Mom had a routine before writing. First, she would sit at her desk with perfect posture. I don't even know what my posture is at the moment. Then she neatly lay out a fresh sheet of paper. Finally, she selected one ink bottle from her collection and gracefully dipped the nib of her exquisite fountain pen. I loved watching this process, so I would quietly sit beside her whenever she took up her pen. Watching her fill empty sheets of paper with her handwriting imparted a special feeling I couldn't experience anywhere else. This actually helps my posture so much. Instead of like leaning back and feeling really far away, the more you know. She had so many inkwells. Sometimes I'd spend half a day just looking at them all. I don't think she used this one very often. Okay, we'll do sponge first. Ooh. I like that noise. Gotta be careful not to shake my entire desk since I'm like trying to like move the mouse so hard. Alright, yeah, we'll just do general with the sponge. If I miss any small bumps, go back with the toothbrush. Alright. Sponge time! Or, sorry, toothbrush. Okay, I feel like this one's going to be a lot easier and a lot quicker to get 100%. Golly, a plane flying overhead is loud. Just because the colors make it easier to spot. That last one, those colors were impossible. Alright, we've hit 99%. Ooh, 99.95. Crazy work. It's always like one little speck. There it goes. Let's go. See, that one's so much easier than that stupid teacup. Only in the darkest of nights can you discover the star hidden within, Lewis. Lewis? Oh. I didn't even realize that that's what it said. Or is it Louis? Because like here we say it like Louis, like there's that city St. Louis. But like I know in like European countries it's Louis. That's a quote from Mom's favorite writer. Mm-hmm. Why is it written on here? Because it's a limited edition ink. Dad and I were still university students, so it took him a lot of hard work to buy it. But it looks new. Is it because you don't want to waste it? Dora, let me show you something. If you write with this ink and then turn off the lights, can you see the words glowing? The darker the room it is, the brighter the ink shines. Oh wow! To Adora, Lily and Ash's beloved daughter. So you need to eat a variety. You need to eat a variety of foods to grow big and strong. Okay, so the mom's name was Lily. That was my assumption. A very easy assumption to make. Okay, and Ash, Lily and Ash. That's actually like a really cute couple name. And then the fact that their kid's name is Adora. That is like such a fun family dynamic just with the names. But I hate carrots. Girl, carrots are amazing. If you become brave enough to finish your carrots, I'll give you a fountain pen as a present. Aww. Special ink that glows in the dark. A quote from a famous writer is displayed on the label. Okay. I adored fountain pens, so it was an irresistible offer. Mom looked at my awestruck eyes and said, "Do you know why I love fountain pens? Because you can learn about someone through their handwriting. Even if I wrote something without much thought behind it, I learned more about myself after reading those words." She gently closed the inkwell. For some reason, after that day, I never saw her use a fountain pen again. Huh? But she loves it. Why would she not? Achieving happiness. Dad absolutely loved music. Whenever he could, he'd be humming or playing various instruments. He told me that he used to be in a children's choir, that he had joined a band during his university days. This dad's so sick. He's so rad. Look at him. He's such a dork. Whenever he returned home from work, he'd sing a little song he composed titled, "Dad Loves Coming Home." Mom would always warn him about disturbing the neighbors, but she could never mask her smile. Thanks to Dad, music enriched every dimension of our lives. As it should. As it should. What a dope dad, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. The first line always made me laugh. What was it again? You can't hold me back, I'm free. No one can ever stop me. That's fun. Alright. Starting off. Oh, it's supposed to. I forgot that it was supposed to break. Oh, it's one of those wind whistle things. I don't know, for some reason I thought, like, it wasn't making sense in my brain, but, like, my first assumption when I saw a turtle was that it was, like, a stuffed animal of sorts. And I was curious, like, what it had to do with the music aspect. I like how it does that. Alright. Starting off strong. I wonder if Gab did all 100%. I'm curious. I might watch her gameplay after, like, I finish playing this myself, just to kind of see. It's always intriguing whether or not I've watched it first, or if I watched it after. Like, the different styles of playing the same exact game that people have. Like, even when I watch Gab, for instance, I watch her play a game, and then I'll go, and if, like, Jack played it, I'll watch him play it. Or if Mark played it, I'll watch Mark play it. All of them play it so differently. Like, she was playing, I'm watching her, Pokopia. I think that's what it is. The new Pokemon game that I'm really sad that I don't have a Switch 2 because I really want to play it. And I've been just playing Animal Crossing to kind of help with the fact that I don't have a Switch 2. But she was talking about how, like, her way of doing things is, like, she likes to be really particular. She likes to clear the entire... Like, she likes to do very particular things, whereas she was talking about how it would... Like, Jack's playing it and how it would drive him crazy that she would do it that way. And it's just so interesting that people can play the same exact game. Like, you can, like, watch... You can play it one way yourself, and then you can watch multiple people play it, and every single experience will be very different. To me, that's really cool. Because, like, I know if I'm watching a gameplay of this and somebody doesn't 100% clean these, that's driving me wild. That's driving me crazy. It's like a really cute turtle. Dora, I'm done. After my hit single, Dad Loves Coming Home, my newest release is Dad Loves the Weekend. Dad, you sure you're not a kid too? You got me. Since my secret's out, how about a song? Where'd I put my accord? Ocarina? Is that how you say it? It's like a really weirdly shaped recorder because you use your fingers and whatnot, or like flute. But it's like interesting. Dad, if you love music so much, why'd you become an accountant? Music and accounting are completely different. Well, one's easy to get into if you're good at math, and the other one, you can be really talented and still go nowhere. That's a good question, Adora. You see, I love music, but it doesn't mean that I can't live without it. On the other hand, I get itchy if I don't work with numbers for even a single day. Also a mathematician. To achieve happiness, it's not about doing what you want. It's about doing what you can't live without. I agree. When you find something like that, you'll understand exactly how I feel. A cute, turtle-shaped ocarina. Dad often played his own songs on it. So cute. Dad then started to joyfully play his ocarina. I am probably butchering that so bad, so I apologize if y'all are cringing at me for it. His face was that of a man who had everything he needed to be happy. Good. I suddenly grew curious and asked, then what can't you live without? He replied, Lily and Adora. That's why I am the happiest man in the world. And then declared that his next song would be named Dad is Super Duper Happy. Despite my laughter, I couldn't wait to hear the next release of his Dad series. I often found myself humming his songs, and his words stayed with me. Would I also find something I couldn't live without? Cute. 100% perfect. A discreet apology. Interesting. Oh, a kitty cat! One day on our way home, we came across a cute kitten crying by its lonesome. I couldn't bear to leave it there by itself, so I begged my parents to let me bring it back with us. Without hesitation, Dad started brainstorming on ways to lure the kitten. Should we get some food as bait? How about a foxtail grass? Maybe a cardboard box? Cats love boxes. Faux show. Dad and I excitedly exchanged ideas, but after a few minutes, we realized Mom hadn't said a single word. Is this a plushie? Dad really had the heart of a child. Instead of stopping me, he joined right in. Oh, we have a new tool, guys. Oh. Oh, it's a vacuum. Oh, that's so satisfying. OMG. It's a little bit wonkier, though. But at the same time, with the way it's designed, I think it's hard to miss stuff. Unless it makes you go over... Okay, it does make you go over it twice in some spots. Get the deal. Alright. I am enjoying the vacuum. It squeaked! Oh, this one's my favorite tool so far. Nice and slow. Alrighty. Yeah, this one I feel like it's a lot harder to miss stuff with, so that's nice. Did I still miss some stuff? Probably. But at least it's harder to do it. Yep. Easy. Didn't even have to go back to any spot. Let's go. I don't think we're ready to own a cat. We don't know how to properly care for one. We don't really have any cat food or supplies. How can we care for it if we can't fulfill its needs? But, Lily, aren't you being a bit too serious? Of course having a pet is a huge responsibility. But Adora can learn how to be responsible by taking care of it. We can buy whatever supplies we need. What if its mother is still around? We might be taking a child from its parent. She has some family trauma, I fear. She could have been abandoned. That is also true. That isn't something we know for sure. No means no, Adora. Oh. A strapped cat plushie. It's soft and makes cute sounds when you squeeze it. I was so upset that after we returned home, I slammed my door shut and refused to leave my room. That evening, Dad came over and gave me a stuffed animal. It was so soft, fluffy, and looked like the kitten from before. Mom bought this for you, but she didn't know how to give it to you. The softness of the plushie mollified the sadness in my heart. Oh. A few days later, I saw the same kitten at the same spot. This time, though, it was with another cat with a matching coat, its mother. Mom was right. If I had taken the kitten home, I couldn't help but feel ashamed. Cute. Unforgettable moments. This looks like a snow globe of sorts. Okay. My hometown was always too warm for snow. If any snow did happen to fall, it would melt as soon as it touched the ground. Things like snowball fights and snowmen only existed in TV shows and fiction. Can somewhat relate. It started to snow a lot more here now, but when I was little, we barely got any snow, and if it was like not. You could barely make a snowball with it. Some of my childhood wishes included leaving footprints in fresh white snow, making snow angels, building a huge snowman. When we finally had time for a family trip, I begged to go somewhere with abundance of snow. Cute. Oh, we have a rag now? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, is that to polish? That's how we ended up having a snowy vacation. Thanks to that, I got to check off a lot of things on my bucket list. Okay, yeah, so that's definitely something we use afterwards. Okay, yeah, we're cleaning it first, and then we need to polish. Alright, so you know the drill. Sponge. Okay. Oh. Hold on. Oh, it's a Christmas tree. Oh, lovely. I'm gonna need it to be windier outside. It's so hot in this room. Okay. So if we can use the brush for it, then what does the rag do? The rag has to be for here for some reason, right? Is it to polish the metal, maybe? Let's see. I'm really curious. Let's go ahead and... Oh, it cleans it so much faster than the brush does. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't getting the grime off, so you still had to use the brush or the sponge to get the grime off. But it's cleaning the glass so fast. Okay, that's good to know. We get different tools for different sections. I can see you. You're right here. There it goes. Oh, wow. That makes it so quick. Or I'm missing like a one little speck somewhere. I don't think it's on the glass. Okay, it was on the bottom. Dad, the snow crunches when you step on it, and when you lie down, it's so soft and fluffy. Really? Then I want to lie down too. Huh? You're right, Adora. It really is soft. It's really soft. I saw on TV that if you wave your arms and legs like this, you can make a huge snow angel. Then how about we make some big snow angels to watch over our family? Okay. Marshmallows are ready. You two better eat first, or you won't have enough energy to play. A snow globe we purchased on a family trip. It evokes many happy memories. We made giant snow angels, built snowmen, and had an all-out snowball fight with no regard for how snow-crusted our clothes became. After it grew dark, we gathered around the fireplace and drank sweet cocoa. As the comforting warmth of the fire lulled me to sleep, I could hear Dad humming and Mom turning the pages of her book. On our way home, we bought a snow globe to commemorate all the wonderful memories from our vacation. However, since some time ago, I had deliberately hid the snow globe out of sight. Those warm memories became a source of agony, as they reminded me of days I could never return to. Chapter 1 complete. Chapter 2, What I Dreamed of. I feel like we're gonna get... That was the pat. I feel like we're about to get sad. Like, there was hints of sadness, but I feel like it's about to, like, actually get sad. I'm really curious. Like, well, the one thing that's sticking out to me the most is she talked so heavily about how her mom loved fountain pens and had a routine and constantly wrote with fountain pens because she said it was always worth it. And then after that one day, she just stopped. Like, that's what's sticking out to me the most so far. But it definitely seems like the mom has some form of family trauma. And something's happened where, like, the family itself is just a sore spot for Adora. And that's really sad. So I have a feeling it's going to be one of those. I had hoped to find the attic key in the living room, but it didn't turn up. I decided to search my room next. Why would it be in your room, though? I mean, just, like, in all honesty. It looked exactly as it did the day I left home. Only the thick layer of dust on everything indicated any passage of time. My focus was drawn to my desk, where Dad's pocket watch lay. There used to be a time where its cogs still turned and its soft ticking could still be heard. When Mom gave Dad this pocket watch, Dad was delighted with the engraved design, a lily, just like Mom's name. Wherever Dad went, so did the pocket watch. Alright, the airplane outside needs to chill. I'm, like, not even that close to the airport. I don't know why it's so incredibly loud. Like, I'm a good, like, 30 minutes. Like, interstate time. Shortly after I started high school, the pocket watch fell silent for good. So something happened to the dad and the mom? Because it definitely seems like the mom's obviously died. We got that from the beginning with the letter from the aunt. But what happened to the dad? Because if the pocket watch fell silent for good after she started high school, and if it was something that was really cherished by the dad, something happened to the dad. Had to have. Ooh, it's rainy. Dad, how are you doing? Are you still cracking jokes over there? I don't think I'm doing that well. Over there. What does over there mean? Did he just leave? Or did the mom die first and then the dad just kind of like took it so hard that he just peaced out? But I don't feel like so far what we've learned from the dad, I don't think the dad would have done that. I don't think the metal is going to do much. Does it polish it? No. I think that's mainly just for glass. I keep forgetting we can zoom in. We didn't really zoom in for the, what does that mean? We'll get to that. Trust. Oh, we need to open it. does that say? Etched in heart. Yeah, something bad must have happened for her. If the dad left, I just can't see that being possible. But she said over there. Normally people, like, if they're talking about, like, heaven or some sort, they say, like, up there. Or something along those lines. They don't say over there. That's the only thing that threw me off. To maybe think that he's not possibly dead. We're missing something tiny. Yo, whoa. We're missing one little thing again. OMG. Okay, jeez. Frozen time. Ooh, she's older now and she doesn't have a fate. The dad probably... Adora, how many times have I told you not to call the office directly? Ooh, yeah. You're usually back by now and I couldn't get in touch with you. Oh, I'm sorry. I got caught up in work and I completely lost track of time. I'll make sure to check my phone more often from now on. But please, text instead of call. Alright. Oh yeah, Mom? I was cleaning my room earlier and I found the cassette player Dad gave me. I'm sorry, Adora, but I still have a lot of work to do. Don't wait for me, and make sure you don't go to bed too late. Oh! Mom, wait, So now she's constantly at work. Alright, yeah, I'm thinking the dad died. Broken pocket watch. Its time remains eternally frozen, just like my family's. Oh, damn. I desperately needed Mom, but she threw herself into work as if she wanted to forget Dad, and maybe all of us. Days passed, and we barely spoke to or even saw each other. I kept telling myself that I had to try to understand her, that she was raising me all by herself now. But my grief and sorrow grew nearly unbearable as they rendered my nights sleepless. Things would have been much easier if I had just blamed her. Yet, whenever I saw Mom so exhausted and fatigued, sadness came before anger. I hated her for leaving me alone, but at the same time, it pained me to see her eroding away. As much as I longed for her comfort, I wanted to comfort her too. Damn. What I found in the darkness. Looks like some music box, maybe, of sorts. When I couldn't stand the silence in the house, I would listen to Dad's tapes. Listening to those songs made it feel like he was right there beside me. One day, I heard a composer tell his story on a radio show. When I was a kid, my father used to hum songs he had wrote himself, so I became interested in music. I hardly saw him after my parents divorced, but whenever I sang his songs, I felt like I was back in those happy childhood days. That's how I started composing. For me, it's a way of bringing comfort not only to me, but to others in similar circumstances. I could see myself in his story, and his song resonated with me. Naturally, I admired him. Okay, so now I'm confused. Did the dad die or did they just get divorced? Finally, I understood what Dad had meant. I wanted to tell him that I found something I couldn't live without doing. I found a part-time job and started saving money for composing tools. I mean, my gut tells me that the dad died. When my mom asked about it, I thought she was finally taking some interest in my life. Damn. That always sucks. Like, both of y'all are going through a hard time. I think it still works. Should I turn it on now? I'm gonna wait. Like, y'all are both grieving, yet there's neglect there at the same time. I would, like, based off of, like, him saying he couldn't live without, like, I highly doubt they got divorced. I would be incredibly shocked. Yeah, that's so fun. I do like how it makes you get to 99% before, so you're not, like, haphazardly cleaning it. Like, you still have to get, like, a really good amount. You don't have to get, like, every single spec, but, like, you still have to basically make the entire thing clean. I'm probably missing something like super duper tiny and small. It was like the tiniest of... Okay, I got that. Okay, I was like, it says 100. It's taking its time. Alright. Mom, you're late again. You must be exhausted. Yes, a little. How was your day? Adora, what are all those things? Oh, these? How do you just call it meaty? A MIDI controller? A microphone, they're tools for composing. Mm-hmm. By composing, do you mean composing music? Uh-huh. I started making songs little by little. And I got a part-time job to buy these tools myself. Wait, Adora, a part-time job? You started working just for a hobby? Adora, you need to be studying hard for your future right now. Don't waste your time on things like that. And quit your part-time job, too. The first piece of music equipment I ever bought with my own money. I wanted to tell her that it wasn't just a hobby, that I was serious. But before I could say anything, Mom said she was tired and headed towards her room. My words were met with the sound of her door closing shut. I was left alone in an all too familiar silence. I was angry at Mom for not listening to my words, but I kept trying to understand her. I thought she might change her mind if I showed her how serious I was. Those damn airplanes, dude. Much like how music had comforted me, I wanted Mom to feel comforted too, and if possible, with a song of my own creation. There you go. Alrighty. Melody of Comfort. After that day, I spent every spare moment composing. Not only was it my first song, but it was a song for Mom. When I felt that I had poured enough of my heart into it, I recorded my song into a cassette tape. I fervently hoped... see, that doesn't sound right. I don't... hope that it would bring her some comfort. Even if I couldn't fully convince her, if I could at least help her feel a little bit better. When Mom came back home exhausted as usual, I nervously handed her the tape. Why is it covered in plants? I thought if Mom listened to it, she would understand how serious I was. From the looks of it, it doesn't look like that plan quite happened how it was meant to. I mean, I get it. People grieve differently, but I just feel like you shouldn't neglect your children because of your grief. Like, that's not good for anyone. So, like, at the end of the day, all a child wants is to be, like, listened to and feel like they're understood by their parents. And if you're doing none of that, it's never a good thing. I'm like waiting to open that. I know that I need to open it, but trying to get as much of the outside as possible. Bruh. Okay. Let's get to work. The music is really comforting and soothing at the same time. It really creates a good atmosphere. Get all up in those corners. Mine was pretty easy. Do you compose this yourself? Yeah, the melody came to me first, so I started with that. I'm still working on the lyrics. Oh, and there's another one I'm preparing for a competition. The theme is... Hold up, Odora. Didn't I tell you the last time? You need to focus on your studies. Mom, I know it might seem like like only a hobby right now, but please, can you at least try listening? Adora, do you even hear what you're saying? How can you waste your time on this instead of studying for your future? I'm tired, so let's talk another time. Another time? When's that gonna be? When you quit your job? As if that'll happen. Adora, I'm saying this for your sake. I'm serious about becoming a composer. I want to make it so you don't have to worry about money. I want to make it so you don't have to worry about money anymore. And people said I'm pretty talented. So, Adora, I said no. Don't even think about it. Right now, you may feel like you're special, talented. There's no word more meaningless. Don't get carried away because of a mere compliment. Praise proves absolutely nothing. How? Okay, I know they were like complete opposites, but truly like that. Was this mindset always there? Because if so, like, how did the dad's mindset was so cheerful. Her mindset seems so negative. Like, I get that, like, opposites attract in some way, but I feel like that's a major one that does not clash well. Dad's cassette player. Despite how old it is, it can still play tapes. Why was she so angry? Was she more tired than usual? Even now, I don't know why Mom reacted so explosively. I never expected her to yell at me like that. Her fury left me speechless. Like, my only thought would be that it's coming from some form of trauma that has to do with her family and her, or like the dad and her. But like, the dad pursued music in college, so I don't know like why that would upset her so much unless it truly just reminded her too much of the dad. While I was stunned, she tore the tape from my hands and threw it into the trash. Without so much as a backward glance, she said, "Stop wasting your time on worthless things like this." Nah, that dad would not be putting up with this shit. I'm sorry. What she threw away wasn't only a cassette tape. Therein was a piece of my heart that held my drive to comfort Mom, despite the loneliness after Dad's passing. Okay, he did. Even if hating her was the easier path, I didn't give up trying to understand her. But at that moment, when my heart was equated to trash, I felt something disappear from inside me. After Mom's rage quelled and silence fell once again, I finally gave up trying to understand her. As the child, there's only so much you can do. Like, honestly. Like, it seems like she's taking out her grief and anger and almost like a form of, like, slight resentment towards the child. Like, towards Adora. And, like, I know, like, losing a loved one is, like, especially a partner that you've lived so many years with. Like, that's traumatizing on your own, but like, what about your child, you know? Like, don't take it out on them. I just don't see how that could ever be a good idea. The music box was the last present I ever received from Dad. Whenever I felt lonely, I would wind it up and talk to him as if he was right beside me. Dad, if you were still here, you would have supported me, right? Mom doesn't understand what it's like to have a dream. To have something you can't live without. I mean, I feel it seems like the only thing she couldn't live without was the dad, and now the dad's gone, she's just completely just like spiraled. All she wants to do is fit into the mold. It's probably the only kind of life she knows. I mean, the dad's life was like complete opposite of that. I feel like the only reason why she didn't go with the flow was because of the dad. But again, like, she seems to have like this trauma, like with the teacup. Something has to do with, I'm assuming, her family. Like, maybe her family didn't approve of like what her dream was like wanted to be. Or like maybe they didn't approve of the dad with how like whimsical and like, I mean, like I said, he did music in college. So I'm just so curious. I mean, we'll figure it out when it keeps going. I cried for a long time, pouring out my anguish, listening to the music box. It felt like Dad was sitting right next to me. After that day, I stopped waiting for Mom. I didn't even want her to talk to me anymore. I had nothing to say to her. Wait, what does this do? Oh. It's so slow, though. Oh, and you have to wait. Okay, I see. So for a lot of it, it's just going to be easier to do this. Toothbrush time. Is this really not gonna let me? There it goes. Golly, I feel like I was scrubbing that for ages. Dang, you just zoom in this one far. Okay, that's probably where the thing comes in handy. Holy. Okay. Okay. All right. I didn't even think about the backside of this. I just don't know why the mob's behaving that way. Like, obviously it's a form of grief, but it's just really sad. Oh, it has her name on it. Oh my god, there's a frog outside. Y'all can probably hear it. It's so loud. He's so loud too, because like he'll be like crazy loud in like the middle of the day. And sometimes I swear to God, it sounds like he's in like the pipes in my bathroom. Because I'll like be brushing my teeth or something, and he gets like so loud, and it sounds just like he's coming from the sink. Like the pipes in the sink. Which, I mean, could be a thing. But then other times he's like right outside the door. Okay. I'm missing something small. OMG. OMG. Oh, that took forever. Adora, can we talk for a minute? I don't know, Mom. I don't know if I want to talk to you. Not gonna lie. I'm busy right now. I'm sorry for how I acted. I must have been tired, so I got emotional. But it was for your sake, Adora. I don't want you to suffer. Right now, things might seem fun and exciting, so you might think that the road ahead will be easy. Someday, you'll understand. For now, it would be better if you focused on your studies and kept composing as a hobby. Now I get why you're saying these things. You've never had anything you've truly wanted to do, have you? All you've ever done is live by other people's standards. Ooh. Well, I mean, again, she had the fountain pens. That had to be something, right? Maybe she wanted to be a writer and her parents were completely against it, so she kind of shut down. Feeling like they had to do what's considered standard in society and not artistic or out of the box, a lot of writing and music and stuff is. She seemed very something was there with that teacup too. I don't know. That's why you don't understand how serious I am. What it's like to have something you can't live without. If Dad were here, he would have understood me. At least he wouldn't have thrown away my tape like that. He wasn't anything like you. Ooh. Oof. That's tough. I deliberately chose those words that would hurt her the most. I thought I had the right to, since she was the one who hurt me first. Mom said nothing during my verbal onslaught. Her silence only fueled my rage, so my words became harsher, crueler, and more vicious. Mom quietly took my wrath. After the room fell silent, she left without a single word. Left alone, I picked up the music box and said to myself, "It's okay. That was nothing compared to what she did to me." Huh. A radiant dream. Ooh, photography. That's a camera. I'm very curious as to why all this electronics is covered in moss and flowers and mushrooms. It was a peaceful weekend afternoon. I had started to doze off after putting my stickers all over Dad's camera. In my half-awake state, I could faintly make out Mom and Dad's voice as they quietly talked. I wanted to keep listening to their conversation, but before long, I fell asleep. Dad used to take pictures of me and Mom whenever he could. It looks like it still might work if I charge it. I'll try turning it on after cleaning it. Oh. I have to be careful, not to move my mouse too hard, because then it just shakes my whole desk. Or, I have to, pick my wrist up. I don't really like this vacuum thingy, the blower. Made in Korea. Is this a Korean game? Or is it just, they just picked a popular place that makes cameras? Alright, onto the brush. In the flash. Man, it's just a popular time for trains, apparently, overhead. They'd be going by like crazy. Could you imagine if you could clean things and restore it to basically brand new like this? That'd be sick. I know you can with a lot of things, but I mean just cleaning it. She's just barely doing shit to it, honestly. We got a toothbrush, a sponge, and a couple vacuums and a cloth. And we've basically restored every piece of... Ooh. I'm gonna have to use the blower eventually. I know it. Oh, nice. did you get a sticker in there? Honestly. I wasn't pushing it correctly. Adora, did you finish your homework? Shh, she fell asleep after playing with the camera. She really does love it. She's interested in so many things, like music and writing. Guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, huh? I only hope that she doesn't become like me. You still have regrets about back then? You know, I thought you were so beautifully radiant. It's all in the past now. I was naive and foolish, chasing what was only a dream. Now I'm awake and live in reality. Let's not talk about this anymore, alright? Alright, so she was something back then. I don't know, singer, writer. I mean, she likes writing with fountain pens, so I'm assuming writer. I now discontinued digital camera. It's decorated with stickers I had stuck on as a child. Okay, it's pissing me off that I couldn't get the hint. The camera contained a recording I had never seen before. Had I pressed the record button while I was asleep, the salient video captured a long conversation between Mom and Dad. I found it difficult to understand. The mom I knew always had seemed so ordinary. Suddenly, I realized that perhaps the words I had aggressively thrown at her that day meant more than I had thought. That moment, I kept playing over and over again in my mind, how silently she stood before my anger, how silently she had left the room, followed only by the sound of the door closing. Only Mom's room was left. Holding the doorknob, I felt as if I were about to meet Mom herself after all this time. room was filled with boxes, all neatly labeled and sorted by purpose. Somehow it seemed like she knew she wouldn't be coming back. One particular box caught my attention. Things I couldn't throw away. This box contained many trophies that I had never seen before. That damn fucking vacuum, I hate it. Where did she get all these from? Oh, she was a writer. See, I knew it. Really don't know anything about Mom. Alright. Quick clean. This looks exactly like the symbol I saw on the teacup. So it wasn't family trauma. It was just trauma about her own dreams that she felt like she didn't get accomplished. Broken dreams, as you will. Come in with a toothbrush. Ooh. I hate that vacuum thing. I really hope it doesn't make me use it. I hate it with a passion. So I wonder, like, if she's getting rewards and stuff. Press tab to use, I swear to God. Okay. I wish I would have read that sooner, but it's fine. Does this work on it faster, maybe? No. Normally the rag's a lot faster. Man, this just does not want to come off. It cleaned that one bit so fast, and now it's just not wanting to clean. But it's like the glass is supposed to be meant for the rag, so I'm just confused as to why. Just scrub the shit out of it. Oh, that scared me when it came out of the corner like that. just curious why... It's kind of pissing me off. The rag's supposed to be faster. Why is it fast in some circumstances, but not in others? Huh? Why is it being so difficult? It weirdly wants me to use the brush in some circumstances, and then other circumstances it wants me... Alright. Alright. I swear to God, if it keeps doing this stupid... Okay. Where that dream now resides. Dad, what's that? A trophy? Yep. I got this for winning first place in the math competition. Oh, so it was... No, it says Lily on it. Got this for winning first place in a math competition. Cool, huh? Wow, does Mom know? Well, there's no way you wouldn't show her something this cool. Of course she knows. I bragged about it all the time. That's clearly not yours. But then she'd look at me with that sullen look and bring the box. Oh, okay, I get it. The box? Odora, how about a snack? We have cheesecake. Dad, don't choose a subject. So she doesn't like to talk about it at all, so I wonder if something particular happened. Writing competition, first place, Lily Mayer. Has the same symbol as a teacup. So this was the box that Dad mentioned. I took out a few trophies and then read their plates. School writing competition, winner. Youth short story competition, excellent award. Novel contest, first place, all for Lily Mayer. These accolades demonstrated how much she had achieved, and they were proof of the dream Mom once had. She was talented enough to win all these awards. Why didn't she pursue writing as a career? And why did she stop me from chasing my dream so badly? One after another, thoughts endlessly flowed through my mind. It is so interesting because she gave it up when she was doing so good at it, but then also like the pens, like she gave up that randomly, like, and she doesn't want her daughter to know about it at all, like even the dad. Like, is it mentioning it? It's gonna bother me that this is not 100%. I might go back at the end and do that. Our last moment. Ooh, it's a typewriter. Things were never the same after Mom threw away my cassette tape. I couldn't pretend that nothing had happened. This animosity persisted after high school, as I left home to study music at a distant university. I told myself I wouldn't call her until I had succeeded. Back then, I believed that once I graduated university, success would easily find its way to me. However, just as Mom had warned, the world was much colder than I had thought. Awards and words of praise became more and more meaningless. The further I drifted from success, the more I avoided calling Mom. I could already hear what she'd say. That's why I told you to stop. I told you it'd be a waste of time. I wasn't ready to hear those words to my face. Even after I had to change my phone number, I couldn't bring myself to call her. Your mom couldn't contact you at all? After some time, I received an unexpected call from my aunt. Mom had passed away. You changed your phone, like, she said she had to change her phone number, not that, like, she did it, like, purposely, but, like, your mom, oh, wow. I thought I'd be able to call her anytime I wanted, but I didn't have the courage to. That'd mean I'd have to admit that she was right all along. The buttons. Laying in that dirt. I feel like if she wasn't so harsh with it, though, I wouldn't have come to that. That's so sad. Like, she was so harsh with the fact that she was doing that. She wanted to do that as a career. Alright. Toothbrush. Oh. Toothbrush time. Some of it looks like it should be something I should clean, like down here, but then it just doesn't. noticed it. Okay, got the hint. That I now know how to use. Oh, that's gonna piss me off so bad. Ah, I see. I was like, there's a lot missing for it to be. Hello? Okay. Chill out. Nothing? Interesting. Bruh. It's so annoying to get back to, like, here. Oh. Tricky. I feel like it's still like... There's a little spot. I feel like that shit don't work. Like, honestly, what the fuck am I missing? Our last moment. Mom, are you leaving? If I don't go now, I'll be late for my flight. You have a lot of luggage. I'll drive you to the airport. It's fine. I know you're busy. I'll be going now. Adora. Typewriter that looks like a prop from a black and white film. Seems that Mom typed her stories on it. That's so incredibly sad. Come to think of it, that was the last conversation we ever had. I had left without looking back, determined to return only when I had succeeded. I wanted to prove Mom wrong. But that door I shut so firmly never opened again. I opened the small drawer at the bottom of the typewriter. Inside there were sheets of paper and the attic key. Most of the papers were stories that Mom had written. The rest seemed to be contracts. Among the papers were a few letters that began with the salutation, "Dear Miss Lily Mayer." Picked up a letter that was filled with writing. Dear Miss Lily Mayer, it's been some time since I last penned a letter to you. I recall in your previous letters that you have been a fan of mine for some time now. I want to let you know that I read the story you sent me this time as well. Please understand that I say this for your sake. I've read your works for a long time now. They lack any aspect of exceptionality. Certainly, you can make a livelihood with your writing, but I doubt that standard alone would be satisfactory for you. I understand your desire to be a writer. However, discretion is sometimes the better part of valor. I believe that your time would be better spent in another field of work. I truly apologize for conveying these words much too late. Sincerely, Louie. Damn. So... Wow. That would suck. Like, can you imagine the person you admire most, or you look up to most for your field of work, tells you that you're not good enough for it? Louis was the name of Mom's favorite writer, the writer she admired, the one who might have even inspired her to pursue writing. I couldn't begin to imagine how it'd feel to have someone I respected told me to give up. Imagine Mom opening the letter, hoping to find praise or encouragement, but the further she read, the greater despair on her face. If a composer I had admired said the same to me, I wouldn't have been able to take it either. That's sad. That's an old ass phone. I mean, the vacuum's nice. It's just, it moves so slow and it's hard to manage that it just isn't worth it. And then it like instantly drains. Okay. I have a feeling we're gonna have to pick up the phone. I hate the turning mechanism. Motherfucker. Why would you do this? This piece of shit. Pisses me off. Words left unsaid. Call recorded on February 19th. I think I'll be admitted to the hospital soon. Could you help me? Tidy up the house? Please? I don't have anyone else I can ask to do this. Lily, don't say that. I still have the spare key, so I'll go by whenever I have the time. Thank you. Before you come, I'll put away things like the trophies. It's strange, isn't it? Back then, I was so desperate to forget everything. But when I was cleaning the house and saw my typewriter and all those trophies, I remembered the days when I wrote so happily. Why do we only realize how precious something is after we lose it? Writing and Adora. Lily, have you called Adora? I tried calling her 2 days ago, but she didn't answer. Maybe she changed her number. I left a voicemail, but I'm not sure if she heard it. If I were brave enough to call her sooner, would we still be in touch right now? Back then, I thought the best thing to do was to give her the time. What's that? A landline phone. By calling a specific date, you can hear recordings from that day. Oh, that's interesting. The call was between Mom and my aunt. From her voice and coughing, I could hear how difficult it was for Mom to talk. After I left home, my pride and drive to prove myself had held me back from contacting Mom. All this time, I never once thought about how Mom must have felt. I didn't think that she would regret what she had done, nor did I know that she had called me if I had just called her when I changed my number. I've spent too long cleaning. Nevertheless, the last chapter. A letter from the past. As I looked at the old attic key I found in Mom's typewriter, it reminded me of the excuse that brought me back home, finding my aunt's necklace. Maybe she knew everything and sent me here on purpose. I held the rusted key in my hand. It felt cold and hard, but somehow also warm. As I cleaned the key, Mom and Auntie's conversation continued. Mom, I felt like I was looking at myself. When Adora said that someone had called her talented, she was just like my young, naive self. It was too painful to see her talking with those bright eyes full of hope. At that moment, I wasn't looking at Adora, but rather the child I used to be. Why are attic keys always so fancy? You know? You ever notice that? Man. Also, like, I know it's the point of the game, but like, just to question it, why do we have to clean it spotless in order just to open the attic door? Like, in all reality, you know? Alright, see, the hint isn't even catching it. Oh, there it is. A letter from the past. Attic key that I found inside the typewriter. What will I find in the attic? Oh, wow. Looks like a book, like a memoir of some sort. The recording ended with a violent cough from Mom. I was left stunned, my heart painfully heavy. After some time, I collected myself and headed to the attic with the key in tow. The attic had always been Mom's private space. When I snuck in as a child, it looked more like a storage room than somewhere fun, so I often wondered why Mom liked using it. It was like her diary, yeah, as if to answer the question from my childhood. I found an old desk chair in one corner of the room. On the desk laid a necklace, a dusty journal, and an all too familiar name. If I never came back to this house and cleaned it, if I had left those mementos undisturbed beneath dust, would I have ever learned about Mom's true feelings? If I had a feeling that this diary had been waiting here all this time, just for me. I carefully brushed away the thick dust and opened it. That day, when Adora handed me her tape with such excitement on her face, I could see the hope in her eyes. That innocent face, certain she would realize her dream. I knew that face well. I was afraid that she would curse her wasted years and regret everything. I need to stop this now. For her sake, I chose to be harsh. I believed that her hating me was the lesser of two evils. When I started to tidy up Adora's belongings, I was able to see the remnants of her dreams in my hands. Through them, I could feel her sorrows and joys. That was when I looked back on my past. My younger self, who had thought naive and foolish, was shining as brightly as those traces of Adora. I've wanted to tell her my true feelings, but I can't reach her anymore. All I can do is wait. I hope you return one day, so I can tell you this. Music got so loud. Adora, it was thanks to you that I was able to find myself again. Even though I was ashamed of my past, I was happy to see a part of myself in you. I had hurt you so gravely, yet you brought me comfort. I should have said this to you sooner. No matter what path you chose to walk, no matter how you live your life, I will always love and support you. Oh, she kept the tape. Mom's diary ended there. After closing it, I noticed a letter laying on the corner of the desk. There was also something I thought I'd never see again, the cassette tape I had recorded my first song on. I put the tape into the cassette player and opened the envelope. The letter inside contained lyrics which seemed to accompany my song. I slowly recited Mom's lyrics. My novice melody and her poetic verses complemented each other. Well, as if they had been together from the very start. What would you do to see those lost birds once again? Looking above, your eyes danced with the dawning sky. Gleaming with hope, they were clear as crystal. Was it me who dusted everything? Bright in my dream, you're singing to the moon and stars, even lighting up my room behind you. Wow. That was so sad. Like, nobody had a good ending, basically. Like, I mean, she had it was a weird bittersweet one, but heavy story.
What would
is a Korean game. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. It was a good game. For sure. I could tell. I thought it was gonna be nostalgic. I thought it was gonna be that type of game, but very, very soon into it, we could tell it was gonna be sad. I did not expect the dad to die so early on. How can we press it? Oh, that's so fun. Oh, that's fun. That's so interesting that they allow you to do that. That's a really good song at the end too. I am very sad that that one camera, I hadn't been paying attention to the hints at all, so I completely did not read the screen when it said to press tab. That was pissing me off, honestly. Like, the one that I spent probably like a good 30 minutes on, and I just didn't know how the hints worked. It's the only one I didn't get 100% on, and it's driving me insane, but I do not want to go back to it, honestly. I do not. But definitely a very, very, very good game. Very heavy storyline, but so like the artwork, the music. This is crazy. Oh, they have the okay. Like the story is just so well written too, like the dialogue and everything. I don't know why that stood out to me, but it's like the only one with numbers. That's so funny. That's like the only like American name too. Yes, this damn camera. It still pisses me off to this day. To this day, as if it's not the same day. Like, you know what I mean. It's a saying to this day. Whatever. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous game. Definitely check that out. It's on Steam. Oh, no. 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 Very, very, very good game. Very good game. Was that at the beginning and I just never noticed? Or does that not pop up until the end? Am I crazy? Did I just not? Okay. I am very annoyed that I didn't 100% the game. It was probably like one tiny speck of dust. I should have paid attention to the hints. I told myself I wasn't going to use them, so I never paid attention when it popped up, but it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Kind of on the heavier side, but still very, very good, very, very beautiful, just downright amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have anything similar, I like these types of games where it's pretty chill, but it's really heavily story based, so it's really fun to go through. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Leave a comment and I can definitely check it out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too sad for you guys. Like, it was some heavy stuff. I was not expecting it to be that bad. But bad in a good way, though. Bad in a good way. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.